Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be showing you more about function arguments. That is the types of arguments and the rules regarding them. Now, first let us revise what are arguments. Arguments are used if some information is to be passed into a function. Arguments can also be called as parameters. Now, moving on to the number of arguments that can be passed. It can be only two, not more, not less. Let me show you an example. Let me make a function called VCT using the def keyword. So def, caps lock's on, def VCT, and let's take two variables, arg1 and arg2. The colon. To understand this, you would need to watch my previous videos on functions in Python. So I'll write a print arg1 plus arg2. I'm going to write the code now. I will explain it to you once I finish writing it. So these quotes in the middle are for getting space in between these two, because if we just print, then it will come without any space. Now let us go to the main code and assign some values to arg1 and 2. So let us do the function call. So VCT. So arg1, let's say it's argument 1. And arg2, let's call it argument 2. And let us save the program and run it. As you can see, it has been assigned. Argument 1 and argument 2 are the values that have been assigned to arg1 and 2. Now, let us see, does it work without two variables given or without two values given to the variables. So let's remove this argument 2 and run it. You can see missing one required positional argument, arg2. So I hope you understood only two arguments can be used at once. Now, moving on to the types of arguments. There are three types: arbitrary arguments, keyword arguments, and arbitrary keyword arguments. So I will show you what arbitrary arguments are. Let me just code this section. Okay. So now, arbitrary arguments. These arguments are used when the number of arguments used is unknown. So in the brackets while making the function, you have to write the star and then write the variable. This star depicts that you don't know how many arguments are going to be there. So let me show you an example to find the largest number in the tuple given below. I hope you remember what a tuple is because I had explained it in my data types video. So let's make a function. Let's call it arg. And in it, let's write the star and num. And then the colon. And in the function, let's write a print statement. Print the largest number is plus num bar brackets. I will be telling you what the significance of these brackets are. First, let me write the main code and then you'll find out eventually. So now in the function call, let's write arg and let's write the numbers. Let's say 1, 5, 7 and 11. In this, we already know that 11 is the biggest number. But we want the shell to print that 11 is the biggest number. So we write 3 over here because 11 is the fourth number in this tuple and it is after 3 numbers. And that's why we write 3 in this bar bracket. And now when we run it, you can see the print. The largest number is 11. Let's say we change this and write 1 and run it. You can see the largest number is 5. So this is how you can change the numbers you want over here. So I hope you understood what arbitrary arguments are. Now moving on to the keyword arguments. In keyword arguments, we use a variable and a value. So let's just use the same example. Let us replace num with num1, num2, num3 and num4. You can write it in any order you want. It does not make any difference. And just in the function call, we can name this as num1 is equal to then num2 is equal to num3 is equal to num4 is equal to. So instead of writing the bar brackets, we can just directly write the variable. If we write num4 and run the program, you can see it prints the same result. So I also hope you understood what keyword arguments are. Now moving on to the last kind of arguments, the arbitrary keyword arguments. It is used when the number of keywords in the function call are unknown. So here you have to write 2 stars. Let me show you an example. Say which language we are writing now. So let me first code this part. And let's make a new function called lang for language. And 2 stars and a variable lang. Close the bracket and colon. Now let's write a simple print statement. We are using plus lang and bar brackets. I will tell you what will go into the bar brackets once I'm done with the main code. So in the main code, let's do a function called lang. In it, let's write lang1 is equal to Python, lang2 is equal to HTML. And now inside these bar brackets, we have to write quotes and then in it we write lang1 or lang2 or whichever variable we have written here. So if I write lang1 and I save it and run it, You can see it comes, we are using Python. And the same way, if I just do lang2, it comes, we are using HTML. So I hope you understood what these kind of keywords are. Now I'm going to show you the default perimeter value. It is used when we call a function without using any argument. Let me show you an example. Say favorite fruits. I'm quoting it again, so it's no problem. So let's make a function VCT, and in it we write fruit variable which is equal to mango, and then we print, forgot the close the quotes, then the indent, and then let's write a print statement saying my favorite fruit is, close the quotes, plus the fruit variable and close. Now in the function call, let's write VCT apple, VCT, just leave it like this, and VCT orange. I'll run it and explain it to you. So now running it. So my favorite fruit is apple, as we entered apple, and orange. And at the start we entered mango. So that value came here in the shell. So I hope you understood what I just showed. And now the last thing I'm going to show you is how to pass a list as an argument. When you send a list into a function and run it, you will still see the result as a list. Let me show you an example on countries. So let me make a new function. Let's say def list, and then let's make a variable place, and then use a for loop for I in place print I. To understand for loop, you can watch my previous video on looping. Now in the main code, let me write a list called countries is equal to, and you can find what a list is in my data types video. So let's write countries, India, USA, UK. We can write more, but let's just leave it this much now. And then let's write list as a function call and write countries over there so that it is used as an argument for place. So when we run it, you can see the 3 countries which I entered in the list have been printed. So I hope you understood how to pass a list inside a function. In my next video, I will be showing you what a module is. Thank you for watching.